Last time on Total Party Guild.
Pat Stennel on the back.
He was so big. You see his arms? They were huge. I'll never be that swole. And it just came naturally to him.
The swole
Never got him anything for his birthday.
is in your heart.
I think I knew him for maybe like 5 minutes.
We found some interesting stuff about Stennel. He attaches to people emotionally quite quickly.
Would you say he imprints on people?
Like a duckling.
The speed is proportional to their muscle mass.
Welcome, heroes, to Total Party Guild, your weekly retrowave-inspired D&D podcast. I'm Sean Rowe, and I'll be your DM for this story arc. Tonight, the guild has hired
Vanessa Otero playing Jewel Vaughn Onyx, human glamour bard.
Jeremy Blackheart playing Brilliance B. Redmoon, a tiefling hexblade.
Justin Lamb playing Stennel Bjornsson, the halfling barbarian.
Last time, our adventurers had been told by Mr. Besselman that the Shadow Serpents owned a certain part of the territories where one of these warehouse facilities lied, and where the automatons were shipped to. After revealing that the Shadow Serpents themselves also equipped his Pewter Kings to try and assassinate him, he thinks that this is the place to go in order to hunt down the masterminds behind this devilish, dirty deal. The party made their way back to the guild, talked to Spurn and Osric, and made a plan to assault the warehouse. Now, the party is inside the cart as it had just made its way into the inner sanctum of the warehouse, the gate ominously closing behind them, the wheels of the cart crunching across the gravel as it's making its way towards the warehouse door. The party members crouched and hiding inside, between crates inside the back of the cart. Adventurers, what do you do?
I gotta be honest, I'm a little curious to know what's inside these crates.
Can we see each other?
Yes. You can't all see each other, so like Jewel can see Stennel can see Jewel, and B can see Stennel.
I'm just staying quiet.
I'm going to change my little pew pew into a big pew pew.
All right, so now it goes like pew pew.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Deep and intimidating pews.
Yeah.
So do any of these crates look like they'll just open nicely? Or are they
No,
sealed?
all of these crates look like they're going to make a crap ton of noise. It's going to be very difficult to open if you were to try to attempt it with something like I don't know, like an axe head or a dagger.
Gotcha.
I wonder where you got that idea from.
Do I have like a crowbar on me?
I mean, you've used a crowbar twice in our adventures so far, so if you don't have it on you, one of the other party members does.
It's my crowbar.
It's Jules' crowbar.
It's bedazzled with your name on it.
Yep.
So flashy.
It's not bedazzled, it's emerald encrusted.
It's Gucci. Hello.
Yeah.
No, it says Supreme across it. Supreme crowbar.
Supreme.
You know, they sold a brick that said Supreme on it for like hundreds of dollars, and people bought it.
Jesus. You know I'm all about that B-drama life. Because Bantham is our Korea.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
All right, well, if she's got the crowbar, then I'll just hang tight for a bit.
Are you sure you don't want to?
Well,
Are you sure you don't want to just like use your axe head?
Well,
I mean, it is what it
honestly,
is.
like, I mean, just the look of these crates, I'm pretty sure using an axe head would be like a strength check of 25. So I'm just gonna sit on that.
At the very least, probably. Yeah. Like looking at it,
Twice.
getting an eye.
You might have to make it twice.
What's that?
Yeah, and if I
said, and you might have to make it
yeah,
twice.
yeah.
Just
Couldn't
saying.
do it the first time, maybe.
yeah, so we'll just sit tight and listen to hear if the wheels change from gravel to something else.
Oh, amazingly.
The biggest metagame.
For our party members at home, the audio recording glitched, and so this is a replay of what we had just done. And yeah, so now we're making fun of ourselves. It's great. It's fantastic. The warehouse doors you guys can hear open in the distance, and the crunch of the wheels along the gravel switches to that of concrete as it begins to move inside the warehouse itself. In a handful of seconds, the cart rolls to a stop. The driver begins to jump down from the cart, and you can hear the sounds of other people beginning to approach as if they're going to unload the cart. What do you guys want to do?
Heck, it looks like we have to go guns blazing anyway.
Did you
Yeah. Well, I mean,
send the signal?
once we're in, once we're inside, I was going to send the signal.
Okay. So you sent it, and you didn't get an acknowledgement yet. So, but you do hear the sounds of a couple of people approaching the cart.
What is the signal?
They're supposed to attack the front of the warehouse when I sent the signal, but it was going to take a minute for him to coordinate everything.
You hear the guys stop outside the edge of the cart, and you hear one of the guys starting to talk. All right, so we just got to move some of this stuff to make some space. We're going to load up 2 of those big utility crates that we got in a couple weeks ago on the back of this cart. And then the plan is the boss is going to send some people over, and we're going to bring that cart in front of any names like an address real fast. It's one of the board members' homes that's nearby. All right, so once we get it in place, we wander off, and we're done for the day. All right, boys? Oh, okay. Yeah, we can do that. Sure.
I kind of shoot a look at Stennel, and then I pull out my sword or my new dagger, like ready to attack if these guys open the back of the crate or back of the wagon.
So the back of the wagon does open up, but you currently can't see anybody. And before anyone starts jumping into the back of the wagon, you suddenly hear a loud booming sound come from the front of the warehouse, followed by another one. And then, what the hell was that? And then you hear alarms beginning to go off. And then you hear footsteps beginning to run away.
Can I peek over the top of my crate after the second boom? See if I can see them. But
You can peek around the side of the crate, or you can crawl up taller to peek over the top of it. It's kind of large.
on the side.
Okay. Yeah, you peek around the side, and you see that the guys that are wearing like flannels and overalls and stuff like that are beginning to run towards the booming noise, which is away from the cart.
Poke my head out and try to land eyes on any of those big crates that look like the crates we saw at Stangenfels.
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Sure thing. Oh boy. That is a 2.
Is that your total?
2 plus 0.
Okay. Yeah. You're positioned in such a way that all you can see is like the canvas tops and a little bit of the like the front of the cart and Stennel. And when you like pop your head out a little bit, you see that the guys are running towards like the front of the warehouse doors, but you can't actually see like any of the other major crates or anything like that. You'd have to get out of the cart in order to get a good look.
Okay, I'll kind of stage whisper, "Do you see any crates?" I don't know if that really came over audio very well,
No,
so
it sounded good.
I will stage whisper.
That sounded great.
Okay.
Whisper yell.
I will try and slide out of the back of the cart, see if I can see any
Stealth like or just like popping out there?
stealth like.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
4.
Sweet. So you
I got my crossbow.
yeah, all right.
Loaded.
You slide out and you start making your way towards the end, and you jump down, and both B and Jewel are like, "Why is he humming so loud?" as he's making his way to the edge of the cart.
God, Jesus.
You're gonna get copyright striked.
Oh shoot!
Ah, jeez. So
Is that not?
nah, he's
com-
fine.
oh,
Anyways, he
okay.
leaps off the edge and lands, and the boots make a loud thudding sound. And 2 guys who are starting to run towards the front of the warehouse, who is behind the cart, sees you jump out, and you're like all armed, and they skid to a halt, and both of their hands go like up in the air, just straight up, like they just stop moving and looking at you. There's like panic look on their face.
Very smart. Put your weapons down.
They have no weapons in their hands,
Then
so they're like starting to lower their hands. And
Nope,
they're
keep
like,
your hands up.
Yeah.
Hands up, feet down.
Yep. That's what
Heads
they're doing.
turned to the left. Now touch your toes.
They're panicking, so they're not going to be able to comply so well.
Touch your toes.
One guy reaches down and touches his toe.
There you go.
The other guy starts running. Like, fuck this. He takes off.
Ah. Guys, it's coast is clear. Come on out.
I just pop out. Ta-da!
Same.
This guy's very flexible.
What?
There's a dude in
What do you have him
overalls
doing?
touching his toes, just like starting to shake.
What the heck, man?
And I say 2 questions, and I hold up 2 on my fingers. 1, where's biggest crate?
The guy who's staring at the ground doesn't even know you're talking to him.
And I snap.
Okay, reach for the sky again.
He begins lifting his head up, and you can see that he responds so quickly that he passes out.
Oh my god.
You know what? A for effort. A for effort.
Well, heck.
What were we doing here?
We need to look for the crates.
I'm just gonna grab the front of his coveralls and drag him over so I can sit him up somewhere.
Okay. You set him up on the back of the cart, I'm assuming.
Yeah, just whatever's close that I can lean him on.
Yeah. So now that you guys are out the back of the cart and down, there's a pathway where carts can roll from one end of the warehouse to the other. The rest of the warehouse has large crates stacked everywhere. On the far right-hand side of where you're at, there is an actual crane. And the crane itself is positioned over 4 of these really large crates that look just like the ones you guys had seen in the past. So it's like across the warehouse, past one small stack of crates. There appears to be some offices nearby the crane itself. There's gangway on a second level that's looking down onto the warehouse floor, and you can see that there's a couple of guys that are running across the gangway itself. 2 of them are wearing those half capes that you guys saw the driver wear, and one of them spots you guys as he's starting to run across the gangway, and he starts whistling and pointing to a couple of his other compatriots. What do you guys wish to do?
Does he look armed?
Not currently, no.
I'm gonna pew pew.
You're just gonna shoot him?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
20? Dirty?
Yeah, it hits him.
9 plus 5 plus 10. 24.
That's damage, right?
Yes. Fire damage. Pew pew.
All right, he takes it and he looks hurt. Are you shooting him twice?
Oh, yes.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
Dirty 20 again.
Jesus.
1 plus 5 plus 10. 16.
Both bolts tear into him. You see him stumble backwards as the second shot hits him, and he hits the edge of the railing and then spins over the outside of it and goes falling to his death. And just hits the ground. It has that meat wetty smacking sound as he smacks into the ground there.
I wanted to be like, no, he's not our. Ooh, he's dead.
What are the rest of you 2 doing?
Sorry, I'm gonna start moving towards the crates, I guess.
All right, so you start making your way across towards the crates. You see that on the catwalk, 2 of the other guys that had stopped are now crouching down. There isn't really any cover on the catwalk for them, but both of them are reaching behind their backs to pull out weaponry.
Great.
Oh, I'll wait to see what they would be like toy guns.
All right, Vanessa, what you doing?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, I know we're not really technically in initiative yet, but I just want to book it towards the crates.
Okay, no worries.
So if I use my action and my movement to move towards
To
the
get
crates.
across the floor there. Yep. All right. And Stenel, you're just kind of hanging out and waiting for them to draw weapons.
No, I was gonna shadow Jewel, try and keep up with her, but I'm watching the guys on the catwalk.
Okay. Both of them continue to draw out small crossbows, and they both level them towards B, since B has been the one shooting people. And they're both going to fire at B. B, what's your AC?
16.
First roll is a 16.
Hey.
You take 6 points of piercing damage and roll a Constitution save.
Hey, I'm good at that one. 17.
And you pass, so no poison damage. The second dart rolls a 15, so that one misses.
Nice.
And so I fire my heavy crossbow at them.
Okay, which one? The guy on the left, the guy on the right?
Oh, I was like, which heavy crossbow? Both. I'll do the guy on the left.
Okay, go ahead and roll to attack.
11.
It just comes sailing past his head.
Okay. Damn it. All right, I'm usually a better shot than this. Oh, crank it back and reload it as I
Okay, cool. And now we will go ahead and roll initiative.
No. Dirty 20. 18 plus 2.
Dirty 20. 18 plus 2.
All right, what's your guys' dex modifiers? It's the +2, isn't
Uh,
it? But what's your guys'
yeah.
wisdom modifiers?
0.
0.
All right. What's your guys'
Are we the same person?
I don't know.
Stenel can go first.
Okay. Jewel, what you roll?
13.
Now I'm going to roll. Crap.
Hmm.
Okay, Stenel, you are first at the initiative round. You are almost to the crates. From where you and Jewel are running, you can see that the crates themselves are stacked on a. It looks like regular concrete ground, but there's a clear delineation, and like red and yellow stripes in a square, and they're just barely fitting on the inside of it. And you can guess that it's probably a lift that lowers down into the bottom half of the warehouse.
I would have figured all that out. Huh.
Well, a Jewel would have figured all that out. Like you just see that there's red and yellow stripes on the floor by the 4 crates.
So what's the how far away are those gentlemen on the catwalk gangway?
So the catwalk's at least 10 feet up, and they're probably 30, 40 feet away.
Okay, 45 feet. So I can fire that crossbow again. Big
Cool.
money.
All right. On the same guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. 12 this time.
Ooh, no, he still missed.
Clang.
Yeah, it's getting closer.
Damn it. Okay, that one was close.
You're going to continue running towards the crates?
I'm just shadowing Jewel, so wherever Jewel is.
Okay.
Bye, Jewel.
Sure. Jewel, is your intention to continue running towards the crates?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just assuming you guys are both going to move that way. So you'll be almost to the crates by the end of this round. Okay, Stenel?
Sure.
All right. Awesome. Yeah, never mind. B, it is your turn. You see your friends have run quite a distance away from you. The 2 guys on the catwalk had shot at you, and Stenel had fired twice, missing both times against one of the guys on the catwalk.
Is there somewhere towards Jewel and Stenel that I can run to and take cover after I move?
Yes, there's several crates and stuff like that you can run to and take cover. It'd be half cover.
Sure.
But yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I will walk forward, take my shots, and then take cover.
Sounds good.
21 to hit.
That hits. You guys shooting the guy on the left that Stenel was firing at, or the guy on the right?
Sure. I'll focus target.
On which one?
The left that Stenel was firing.
Cool. Yeah, I got confused. So, all right.
They're both totally healthy.
Yeah.
21 damage. 4 plus 5 plus 10.
Awesome.
And
So
then
yeah, it
does
burns into him. He's still alive.
Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
10 plus 10 plus 5, 25.
Both bolts smack into him, and you drop him. He just kind of crumples to the ground up on the catwalk.
So I just SWAT team walk forward, hunched over with my rifle aimed up towards the catwalk, and take 2 calculated shots, and then finish my sprint turnaround with my back to the crate.
Awesome. You make it to the back to the crate, and as you do, you see that there's another guy that had just cleared the outside edge of the cart, and he's also dressed with that half cape. He had a dagger out and a crossbow in the other hand, and he's making his way towards you.
And I'm going to yell about it. Behind!
But none of them rolled really well, so Jewel, you're up next.
Are any of us up against the crates yet?
No, you will be if you continue to move. You'll be right up against the crates.
And I recognize that they are the same looking crates as what we saw at Stangenfels.
Yeah, it even has like numbers on the side of it. It's like number 9, number 10, number 11.
Okay, I'm going to cast Shatter at the 3rd level at the crates so that it will hit as many of the crates as possible.
All right, sweet. Go ahead and roll the damage.
18. 2 7s and 2 2s.
The crates themselves, the 3 that you can see, they get hit by the shatter magic, which looks like
Like it always looks, which is just like a soundy wave that focuses in on they kind of emanate out from me and then focus in on the point that I pointed to and then explode out in like a cool explosion.
And as it does, the boxes themselves are exploding into a shower of shrapnel and wood chunks that come sailing everywhere all around you. The sound waves that you are forcing out in front of you kind of funnel them around you, so you can see them like as they're floating towards you and they hit them sound waves, they spin even faster and zip around on either side of you. As the crates explode, you see that there are 3 of these mechs. The fourth crate didn't quite take as much brunt of the damage. And the mechs themselves are positioned as if they're ready to go. The chest cavity is actually open. There's a couple of tubes that are hooking up to it, but just hitting it with that sonic blast, you see 2 of the containers of brain fluid explode in glass, and the brains themselves just pulp. And the third one gets a large crack that runs all the way up the top of it.
Yay.
Hey, well done.
Okay. Is there anything are there any other crates nearby these things that aren't like anywhere I can stand that's not right up against these crates, but also kind of cover?
There's too much space between. They're like on a open area of the floor, so
Okay.
yeah. So you can either run directly to them and take cover by them, or you could run farther away, closer to where B is at to take cover.
No, I'll try to take cover by the crates that I just tried to explode.
Okay. So you run over and you crouch down by one of the crates there. Stenel is like 10 feet behind you.
Okay.
And that brings us to the bad guys. So the guy in the catwalk was aiming at B. He had reloaded his crossbow bolt, and he's going to go ahead and fire at B as B's taking cover. What's your AC with half cover? I rolled a 22, so it's got to be pretty
That's
good.
probably going to hit it.
It's probably going to hit it, yeah.
I'm double checking exactly what cover is.
I think I was a +4.
Half cover is a +2 bonus to your AC and dex saving throws.
Oh. Sweet. So, yeah. Then he definitely hits you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Because my AC would be 18.
Sweet. Go ahead and you take 4 points of piercing damage and roll me a Constitution save.
No whammy. 13 plus 4? 4.
All right, you pass that check as well.
And how much damage should I take?
4 piercing.
Okay.
Jewel, the floor around you suddenly shakes and vibrates, and then it drops down. Actually, pretty quickly. You start lowering very rapidly to underneath the level of the warehouse that you're on, as the crates themselves are being lowered on the platform into a level beneath. It's only about a 20-foot ceiling, and it goes down like all the way to the base and locks into place. And it's fairly dark in here, but you see that there's 2 guys with those little capes on, and they were like running towards where you were, and then they see you, and they kind of like slide to a halt. Behind them is a dwarf, a Duergar dwarf. He's marching his way towards the where the crates are, a look of just furiousness on his face when he spots you as he's coming closer to you. Back above, Stenel, you see that the platform drops rapidly, and B, you can hear yells behind, and then B gets rushed by the guy with the dagger and hand crossbow. So
No.
all right, so as he's running up to you, he like tries to hip shoot the crossbow bolt, and you slide a little ways away, and it kind of like smacks against the wall, and then he jabs at you twice with his dagger, and you're able to dodge on both of them. Maybe use your rifle to block one of the attacks, but all of his rolls were really crappy, and he misses.
I dance out of the way.
Yep, you dance out of the way. I'm rolling initiative for the new combatants that just entered the fray down below with the Jewel. And one of the guys that had slid to a halt, Jewel, stops, draws one of those daggers, and then charges you real fast. He's up in your grill really quickly. What's your AC?
13.
Did you have your rapier drawn or?
I had my dagger drawn.
Okay. Cool. So he comes flying in, and the both of you are like John Wick dagger style fighting. His daggers are flying in, yours is going back and forth. It's like you're blocking each other. You're catching his guard. He like tries to shove it at your face, and you get up and you get your arms to block it. And then he does that whole like reaches back and pounds it closer, but it just slides just a little bit closer to you. And then you do a little twist, but none of the attacks land as you guys are fighting there by the crates.
Okay.
Stenel, you are up, sir. As you saw that the floor had dropped down. There's that guy on the catwalk. You hear B behind you now grunting as he's fighting against a guy in hand-to-hand combat. What do you do?
Can I see the guy fighting B?
No, because B took cover behind some crates. You just hear him behind you.
I got B and I got Jewel just vanished. Oh, this is a weird moment. Stenel finds himself where it's not obvious where he should be or who he should shoot. So this is going to be a real brain burn. Okay, so if only I could use my painting of a lizard man clown to save us all. All right. Is there still the guy up on the catwalk?
Yeah, there's still a guy up at the catwalk. You can see that he's reloading, and he no longer has B as a target, so he's looking at you.
Okay. So I'm going to shout, B, I'm going after Jewel. But I'm going to take the shot at the guy on the catwalk before I jump.
Okay.
So I'm loosing the bolt here. Come on, 9.
Boom, zhik, and it smacks into the bottom of the catwalk.
Then I look at the crossbow like, all right, it's your fault. And then I sling it, and then I leap backwards and do like a twist in the air to jump down the hole.
Okay.
Try to land on one of the crates.
All right, so you leap downwards, and you do land on one of the crates, but it will take a little bit of fall damage.
Can I roll for athletics or something?
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Nail it?
Yeah, you can nail the landing. If you succeed, I will give you only half damage.
Oh, it was a 9.
It was at 9.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, you take the full fall damage of 6 points.
Gotcha. Roger that. But I'm going to try and look intimidating as I take the damage.
All right. So if only Jewel could spare the moment to see how awesome you look as you come leaping over the outside edge of the crate. You spin, you're doing this awesome like tuck and roll. You hit the top of the crate and you roll, and a part of the crate gives way. And so you fall farther and you land on the ground. You roll again and you come up and you're like, ha! But yeah, your legs definitely feel the intensity of the landing that you just did.
Thank you.
Pirate Pilates.
Pirate parkour.
Oh, he's gonna do a superhero landing.
Stuff on the knees. They all do it.
All right, B. You are assaulted by a guy with a dagger.
I jump back 5 feet and take the attack of opportunity.
He rolls the attack of opportunity. He rolled a 1. Not 1.
And I level my rifle to his face.
All right.
And pew pew. 17 plus 5, 22.
That definitely hits. Roll damage.
3 plus 10 plus 5, 18.
All right. He takes 18 points of damage.
14 plus 5, 19 to hit.
That hits as well.
I'm on fire. 5 plus 5 plus 10, 20.
I think he's on fire.
Yeah, that.
Said it so fast. What was the first amount of damage? Was it 16?
Sure.
I can't remember if it's
I
16
think
or 18.
I think it was 18.
Okay.
Because 16 would be me rolling a 1.
Gotcha. So combined 38 points of damage?
Yes.
Okay. Then he is still alive, but just barely. You leveled it at his head and pull the trigger. And as you do, he tries to like duck out of the way, and instead it hits him in the shoulder and spins him back a little bit. Your second shot catches him in the chest. There is a fairly large hole being burned through him. He looks very upset, but barely hanging on.
And then for my bonus action, I'm going to second wind.
Cool.
Ooh.
And heal 6 points of damage.
Sweet. You take a breather.
And that's my turn.
The Duergar down below looks out at Jewel fighting and Stennel landing there. His eyes drop over at Stennel. You see that he's got metal arms, these massive, huge metal arms, and he's carrying a really large like hammer, like a war hammer. But he's a dwarf, so he's only like so big. But he looks directly at you, Stennel, and he goes, "You are the ones that have been interfering with my machines, have ya? Well, today will be the last day you interfere with my equipment." And as he says that, he's beginning to like swell up and get bigger and get bigger.
Today's the last day that we're gonna have to,
Because you'll be dead.
because you'll be.
By the time you get to say that last bit, he is now the size of a small ogre.
And man, my legs are still smart.
But that's his action.
Dropped him into water.
Jewel, you're squaring off against that knife-wielding maniac.
Yeah. How close is Stennel to all this fighting?
He's about 10 feet to your right.
Okay, and the guys that are advancing towards me are...
One guy is in base to base, and the other guy is 10 feet away. And then the dwarf is now about 20 feet back.
To my left or to my right? I'm trying to figure out if I can cast Hypnotic Pattern in a place that will hit these guys without hitting Stennel.
The dwarf is like straight back. Is Hypnotic Pattern an area effect?
Yeah, it's 30-foot cube.
Okay. You could catch the dwarf and the guy that you're fighting. without hitting Stenel, or you can catch the 2 guys without hitting Stenel.
Not all 3.
Yeah.
Not all 3. Do I want to use hypnotic pattern in such a way? No. Sorry, I was thinking about it, but we're gonna want to kill this guy, and if I hypnotic pattern him, it'll be just a waste of time because we're gonna want to hit him, and that would break hypnotic pattern. So I'm going to try to attack this guy with my new dagger.
Wait, can I
Waiting.
metagame for a second?
Sure.
I don't know if this is a good use of your Mantle of Inspiration, but if you mantle me, I'll give you advantage. Just you don't need it, but I'm just throwing it out.
We would miss giving any hit points to B, who sounds like he might need it.
Who needs it most? Okay.
And only you would be moving. So I mean that's a good idea, but I just think that it would probably be better for me to just give you straight up inspiration.
Absolutely.
And give you okay. So
100%.
It'd also give you 10
so I'm going to attack this guy first. Let's see, where's my attack? What does this dagger have a plus?
It doesn't.
Or what? The attack, it doesn't have any attack bonus at all to it.
Right.
So like a regular dagger has a +3 to attack. Like
it's your
with my dexterity.
Yeah, it's your regular attack bonus.
Yeah, it's dex plus proficiency.
Dexterity plus proficiency, I guess is what that +3 is.
Correct.
Okay, so it should be +4. Okay, hold on. Oh, so 17 plus 4, so 21.
Okay, that definitely hits. Roll me a d6.
So I hit him with
oh wait, no, it's dagger. Sorry, d4. And he failed his Constitution save, so roll 4d6.
So it was a 3 on my d4 and 14 on my 4-6.
For a grand total of 17 points of damage.
Ooh.
Yep.
All right. What else?
And then I'm going to look to my right to Stenel and say, "Nailed that landing, dude," and give him some inspiration and stay where I am.
Awesome. So as you're fighting, you twist and that dagger comes loose and he tries to like trade off to his other hand. In that moment, you jab out and you catch him in the hand and he like smarts, but he's able to catch his dagger, but it distracts him enough that you actually jab it into him. You can feel this like pulsing sensation as the venom launches from the blade into his body. He stumbles back a little bit, shakes his head, is like ready to square off against you before you turn to Stenel and give him that inspiration. The magic flowing over Stenel and a big, meaty grin on Stenel's face.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okie dokie. So, B, you with me?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, fantastic. The guy that's squaring off against you that has barely any hit points left, you do have a 5-foot clearance from him. He reaches down, grabs a silvery sphere, throws it against the ground, and it just explodes in a black and gray smoke that fills the area. And then he's going to stealth away. He rolled really low in the stealth, though, so you can hear his feet go across the concrete as he tries to run away. Yeah, exactly.
Worst ninja.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Ninja.
The baddie facing you, Jewel, stabs at you yet again. Wait, no, that was the guy up there. He already missed. That was that guy. So I lied. The second baddie, who is nearby, runs at you, Jewel, and he stabs at you.
Bastard.
Yes, so he rolled a 23 to hit.
Fuck, yeah, that hits.
You take 6 points of piercing damage and roll a Constitution save.
Oh my god, that is a 9.
So nope, you fail for 13 points of poison damage.
Oof.
Okay.
And then B, jumping back and away, you're no longer in half cover. That guy on the catwalk is shooting at you again with the crossbow.
I'm in smoke.
Which is why he misses. Yep. Blindly firing into the smoke. You can hear the sound of the crossbow bolt skipping off concrete and him swearing from the catwalk.
How high is the catwalk off the ground?
10 feet up.
Okay, not very high.
And that is the end of that round. So it brings us back to top of the round. Jewel, the first guy with the knife that you were fighting and had stabs you again. At least he attempts. He rolled a 14.
That just hits.
Okay. Constitution save.
Are you fucking kidding? 10?
All right, that failed. You take 4 points of piercing damage and 16 points of poison damage.
Did you say 15 or 16?
16, 1-6.
Ugh,
Always daggers, and it's always in your
I
abdomen.
know.
Just a new scar to add to the collection, Jewel.
Cool.
But that guy's turn, and it drops us to Stenel, you are up as you see these guys going to town on Jewel.
Phrasing.
Wait, what?
Phrasing.
Oh yeah. We're still doing phrasing. Oh man. So seeing Jewel get hurt will definitely throw me into a rage. Let me mark that It's like my second favorite torso. Get off that. So what I would like to do, if I have enough.
Who's your first favorite torso?
Himself?
Oh,
I bet
of course
it's
not.
Singer.
I'll never tell. So I'm wondering if I can get behind the wounded guy who's engaged with Jewel and get an attack off.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Okay. I'm assuming that's like 5 feet of movement, maybe
It would be 10.
10 feet of movement. And I'm going to use this new Chris dagger.
Okie doke.
Funsies.
14.
That hits.
Ooh, it does. Okay. Rage, 6 stabby damage.
Okie dokie. He's going to roll a save. He failed. Roll 4d6.
This is fun. I don't usually get to roll this many. 12 poison damage. It's 3 2s and a 6. Does he go down?
He does not. He's barely standing. The dagger slides into him. You can see him go, "Ugh," and just the look of sheer pain run across his face, Jewel, as he's staring you in the eyes, trying to stab you some more. And then he gets that drowsy look as the poison begins to sink in.
Okay, so I've driven that into the hilt, and then I'm gonna, with my other hand, flourish the frost brand out, jab that into his side.
Go ahead and roll the attack.
Because you know what? Wait, with advantage. Dice have not been happy. Oh wait, 13.
That hits. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I can't roll above a 10 on these. Forgot what my frost. Sorry guys. Oh, 25. Crap. Wait. No, 20. Flat 20.
Okay. The blade from the frostbrand sinks into his side, and it goes all the way through him, and you can see like the center of his torso ice over and become crystallized. And then when you pull the blade out, it cracks, and the top of him falls separate from the bottom of him.
Now I wanna flourish the dagger and point at the big Duragar and be like, "You're next."
Bring it! So, B, you're standing in a cloud of smoke that's black and gray, and it's a little bit hard to breathe, but it's not like smoky hard to breathe where you're choking and coughing. What do you wish to do?
Is using that thing an action or a bonus action?
Using what thing?
The
grenade?
Wind grenade.
Bonus action. It's like a potion.
Okay. So I'll do the same thing, chuck it on the ground, however you activate it.
Okay. You chuck it on the ground, and it hits beneath you, and you can't see it at all. And suddenly you hear this whoosh, and the smoke goes blowing away from you in every direction. Your clothes begin to ripple around you as the thing just blasts this massive concussive wind. You're fine, but anyone around you would have to roll a dexterity save in order to remain standing. And it just blows, and that wind goes out 60 feet in every direction, and all the smoke just fades away.
I want B to be holding down his tunic like Marilyn Monroe.
Fine.
Feet apart, knees in. Yeah. So good.
And I'm going to girlishly giggle while I do it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So it blasts outwards from you. You see the canvas on the back of the cart rippling from it. And that was your bonus action. So what do you wish to do?
Do I see the guy who was trying to stab me?
He was already running away. He got 30 feet away from you. He was running towards the back of the warehouse, but yeah, he's running at a run limp as he's just struggling to stay conscious.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish that.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
I'm not going to use sharpshooter.
Okay, I don't think you need.
So 18 to hit.
That hits.
And then 9 plus 5, 14.
Yeah, you drop him as he runs away.
Okay.
Just and then he just and he hits the ground and kind of slides a little bit.
With no remorse, I turn around to the guy on the catwalk and take a shot.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
With sharpshooter. And I rolled a 9.
Total?
Yeah.
Yep, you missed. That guy is the luckiest fucking guy on the catwalk.
Yeah.
Has
no cover.
No cover, and bolts are just zipping all around him. He's beginning to question his life choices, though, as he's taking all this fire at him.
Oh, it's like that girl from Metal Gear Solid 2, Fate or whatever her name was.
I don't know.
Just all the bullets were curving around her.
So I'm going to take cover again.
All right, you go and you take cover again. B, as you take cover, the front warehouse doors explode backwards and off their hinges. Bits and pieces come sailing around. You see a bunch more guys in those half capes beginning to run towards the front where the two adventurers are making their way into the warehouse. Down below, underneath you, the massive Duergar turns his steely eyes towards you, Stenel. You have interfered with our plans for too long. Once we wrap up this little shenanigans, we're going after the guild house.
I'm just mocking him with one hand moving like.
And he approaches and takes a big swing at you. It sails over your head with his natural 1.
What happens when you take a swing at the king?
And he like pauses at the last second and brings it back for a second mighty blow.
Big hammer.
You rolled a 12. What's your AC?
16.
All
Ooh,
right.
I duck.
You duck flat underneath it. The wind of it sailing past you. You feel that this would be bad news if it actually made connection, but it just zips right on past.
What they say, the bigger they are, the bigger they are.
What?
Jewel, you are standing over the dead body of one of the guys. The other guy is facing you, and past Stenel is this massive Duergar swinging a huge hammer towards your buddy. What do you wish to do?
Fuck. I'm hurting pretty bad because I took 2 poison daggers in a row. Don't know where B is. I'm going to Mantle of Inspiration so I can get 8 temporary hit points, and so can Stenel.
Okie doke.
I'm going to move 30 feet without provoking an opportunity attack just as far away from everybody as I can get. How much space is down here? Can I continue going?
Yeah, it's actually it mimics the warehouse above. There's crates and so forth. And it looks like this was like the main loading dock to lift it up from the basement area to the top. This area down here is a lot more like there's a lot more crates here stacked to the ceiling, making rows. The space in 30 feet around the platform is open, so you can move anywhere in that without any problems. But outside of that, it's going to be like walls of crates. You'd have to maneuver between in order to get anywhere.
I'm going to use my movements to slip like a shadow, like a furry shadow, behind this secondary grunt. Get him between me and the big hammer.
Okay, doke.
Cool. That's perfect because then I'm going to cast Shatter at those 2 assholes.
Oh, hey.
Just at a normal level, and
Teamwork.
then continue using my movement just to try and get like another 15 feet out of just so I'm a little bit out of range so people can't quite get to me.
Okay, doke.
I guess. Hopefully.
Sounds good.
So Shatter is 3d8. Oh, okay. That's 15. That's a Constitution saving throw.
What's the DC?
Oh, the DC is 15.
Okay, so the Duergar passes, but the guy does not.
So he takes half damage. So it's 15 and 7.
There's the explosion, and you see that the guy's clothes gets ripped a little bit, and he's wearing that chainmail armor underneath. Bits of like shrapnel ripping across his face, so he's got a little bit of blood on it. Stenel. Jewel, that's all your actions?
Yep.
Okie
Yep,
dokie.
that's it for me.
The baddie on the catwalk fires another crossbow at you, and now he's starting to run towards the edge of the catwalk to get off of this area. Now that he's taking return fire. B. He rolled a 9, so it zips past you.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
That bee.
Yeah, you be. I was waiting
buzzed
for
out of
some
the
sort of
way.
reactions.
I said I buzzed out of the way.
Yeah. and that the tiny little dart comes zipping past you without doing any noticeable damage. Jewel has gotten far enough away from the baddie that was facing her, so he spins and attacks you, Stenel.
Sorry.
I can't roll very well, so with his 4, he misses, I'm assuming. Yep.
Could I just be like staying behind him as he turns to try and like attack me? I'm moving to stay behind him.
Yeah, so he's spending his actions just spinning around in circles, and you're just like staying behind him, and he doesn't get a hit on. So that's his action. And that brings us to the last guy on the initiative order. B, roll me an intelligence save at advantage.
Hey. I'm very happy that I was with advantage because my first one was a 1, but my second one was a 14 plus. I think it's 14 minus 1, 13.
You feel B, as you're standing there in the warehouse, you feel this pressure, this sensation begin to flow over your head, and the device that you'd use to hold it in place, the magical helmet, like hardens like a steel wall around your brain, and then the pressure builds, and then you feel it crack, and this warm sensation begins to flow over you,
Oh, fuck.
flow over the top of you, and you feel pulled away and a little bit separated from your body. You feel as if you're floating almost, and a peaceful sensation rolls over you. And then you hear from above you, "Oh, there you are. Yes." And the illithid Mr. Strangenfell floats down from above you as he was levitating. His arm missing, his tentacles twirling around his face as he looks at you with, although you can't quite read his expression, you have the feeling that he's very angry. "I want you to kill your friends." And you feel the sensation as the spell settles over your brain, that of dominate monster, and you want to kill your friends.
God damn it.
Yes, my lord.
Will the adventurers survive this encounter against their friend? Will they be able to defeat this illithid? Find out next time on the conclusion of this story arc. But before we go, a word from our players.
I want to say, first off, fuck you, Sean. Second, that's pretty presumptuous of you that you think we're going to not dick around for more than one episode.
Well, maybe it'll just be a really long fucking episode.
Yeah. Second, I'm going to say that or I guess that's third. I can't count. Third, I want to say, hold on, let me do some math. Everybody needs to go get their vaccines. I am finishing up mine. We're releasing this on the 9th. I'm finishing my dose of Pfizer on the 14th. Hopefully I don't have a Rick and Morty Cronenberg situation happen, and you shouldn't either. So get your vaccines. And after you're done, tell us about it on Twitter. We're at Total Party Guild. You can see us on Twitter. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, and Twitch, kind of. We're not as good at maintaining those, but they're there. Check us out.
Yeah, I got both of my vaccinations early March, and I'm hardly craving brains at all. So, but while you're telling us about your Fauci ouchie experience, rate us, review us, subscribe to us, tell your friends, tell everybody at your church, tell everybody at the garden club for a fun time, and send us your memes and dice pics. TotalPartyGuild@gmail.com. We'll read them. We'll reply.
We'll forward them to our group texts.
And if you want to learn more about the cast of characters, Arosa, or anything in between, check us out at TotalPartyGuild.com, where you can learn about all of that and more.
And remember, friends, a group of many defeats more monsters. Party on!
Party on.
Party on!
Party on.